FOX54 Week in Review, I'm Kenesha Dees. This week, as we look at North Alabama at its best, our Women's History Month series continues with reports from Redstone Arsenal, Madison, and Decatur, plus a sneak preview of the menu that awaits Trash Panda fans at the concession stands this year. But we start this week with a rarity in our area, an agreement to unionize the Huntsville school system's bus drivers. Nixon Norman takes us through the decision one bus driver made to take on representation.
Huntsville City School bus drivers are employed by First Student Incorporated, meaning these bus drivers are contracted out, not city school employees themselves. Complaints and letters to employer First Student were sent out in February, but just last week it was certified that local group 402 of Teamster will now represent those 185 school bus drivers who are eligible to vote. Now, in a vote, 133 of those bus drivers did in fact vote yes in wanting a union, and only 6 of them voted no, meaning more than half of these employees were feeling some type of way when it comes to their working conditions.
Clifton Frith has been a bus driver for over 20 years.
We feel just like school teachers, unappreciated. People don't appreciate bus drivers and learners the way they should. We take care of a value commodity, your kids.
Frith currently works as a Huntsville City School bus driver, but is employed by First Student Incorporated.
We represent workers on the workplace in regards to terms and conditions of employment, wages, benefits, seniority. We actually help the workers negotiate a contract between those workers collectively and their employer.
In this case, Local 402 will be representing the Huntsville City School bus drivers in negotiating a fair labor agreement with First Student Incorporated. One of the main reasons most workers want to unionize is wages.
The cost of living is going up. A nickel or a dime or a quarter is not touching the cost of living.
But again, in this case, the reason for wanting to unionize goes much deeper.
We want better wages. We want benefits. We want better health care. We like vacation days. It's a lot of things that we got to go to the table to negotiate to get these things.
As you just heard Frith say, they must go to the table and now negotiate on what they want. And that's exactly right. And where Teamster Union Group Local 402 comes in.
What will happen next? And as a matter of fact, I've got a meeting coming up in the very near future with the workers. And we'll have discussions in regards to what they want to be negotiated in their labor agreement.
Because at the end of the day, Frith and most other drivers don't want to stop driving. They just want to be treated better when doing so.
That's all. That's all anybody want to be. You want to be appreciated, and you want to see the appreciation.
Now, yesterday I reached out to employer First Student Incorporated, and today I received a statement from them that said, in part, quote, First Student has a freedom of association policy that supports our commitment to our employees and their individual right to choose whether or not they want to join a labor union. We have no conflict with our drivers organizing, and we have a strong relationship with the Teamsters, which includes a national master agreement. As always, for more information, you can head on over to fox54.com.
It was a big opportunity to shop small in Athens today as they hosted their first ever boutique crawl where shoppers could walk the downtown square and get some good spring season deals, bringing more foot traffic into both new and long-standing stores, furthering the square's economic impact.
We've had a lot of people in from out of town and first-time shoppers with us, and they have been very impressed with everything going on downtown.
When you shop local, you're investing in people, and this is an opportunity for us to visit with people who might be new to the area or who maybe don't know your business.
Athens Main Street hosted their inaugural boutique crawl in the downtown square today, bringing shoppers from all over to take part in special spring deals from participating stores and a chance to enter a $500 shopping spree.
We've seen a lot of Easter shopping because Easter is right around the corner. We've got Mother's Day coming up also. So a lot of people looking, making lists today, and we've been wrapping a lot of Easter baskets.
This event has brought new and returning customers to some stores that have been in the square for years, like Crawford's Gifts, who will soon be celebrating 30 years of business.
Here at Crawford's, we have great gifts for men, women, children of all ages. And that's one thing we want to bring to Athens is having the variety.
Hyatt and Sims Inc., once a paint store bought in 1979, has since turned into a combined custom framing store and a full-service custom travel agency called Cruise Planner Scott and Dana Henry.
We have a saying around here that we have been in business so long that if it sits still, we have probably framed it before. A few years ago, my husband and I bought a travel franchise.
Just as these long-established stores have changed over the years, so has the city.
Years ago, Athens closed up at 5 o'clock at night, and we didn't come back till the next morning, and there really wasn't anything going on up here.
But with new restaurants and stores coming in and events like this one, it gets more people visiting the square.
This has a huge economic impact. The square area impact has just really risen exponentially in the last few years.
And these business owners want to welcome everyone to come and visit.
We really want them to feel at home and relaxed, and that their experience with us has been a positive one.
The first day of spring, and for some residents here in the city of Huntsville, that just means one thing: bad allergy season for some residents. And today I spoke with a few.
My nose is running, my eyes are watering, like the whole shebang.
Caitlin Carpenter is one Huntsville resident who says her seasonal allergies are awful.
The weather starts like flipping back and forth between hot and cold.
Associate professor at the University of Alabama in Birmingham, Dr. Do-Yeon Cho, says when the weather is very cool, the pollen counts are significantly lower.
That's why you may not have a lot of allergic symptoms. But when temperature goes up, it's going to happen in a day or so. Then you're going to have more allergic symptoms because also pollen counts are increasing high.
Alabama Department of Public Health District Medical Officer Dr. Wes Stubblefield says for those who are sensitized to pollen,
it's almost unavoidable if you're going outside.
Dr. Cho agrees that even though you cannot control the outdoor environment, we actually can control our indoor environment.
Which means you just close your doors and close your windows.
And then when you go outside, you can also wear a mask at the same time.
And also when you come inside from outside, trying to change your clothes. And also one of the most important things is you can also wash your hair because a lot of pollen stuck in your hair. If you sleep with on your pillows and a lot of pollen's in your pillows, so you will have more symptoms.
Michael Laws is another resident who believes he's probably built up a little bit of immunity since he's lived in Huntsville for so long.
I get them a little bit, but not too much.
Dr. Stubblefield says overall, if allergies are causing you any problems, there are ways to identify exactly what you're allergic to. To learn more, head on over to our website at FOX54.com. In Huntsville, Jasmine Bird, Fox 54 News.
I think my mom said I started reading when I was 3.
Reading can take you places.
Reading takes you out of your area. So I'm from a small town, so when I'm reading, I can read, anywhere in the world.
Janelle Brown is the owner of Brown Books and More in Decatur, where she has taken her passion for reading and sharing it with the community.
I noticed that the scores are extremely low for Black and Hispanic students. I figured it's time to help that, outside of the school. Schools can only do so much, because they're overloaded. And so this is my way of helping.
And thanks to Brown, they're able to see more themselves.
It feels really good because they're usually amazed to see a book that looks like them. So it's always a good feeling because they're like, whoa,
And the authors who create those books have a place to share.
We need a platform to showcase our talents and our gifts. And the bookstore tries to do that. Like if you look around, you'll see a lot of women authors, local authors, Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, they're all over the place. Like they get a front row seat because it's important for us as women to support our crafts.
And as the name of the marquee suggests, the space has become more.
I want them to come in and feel like this place is like a place of healing, like they can come in and be themselves, and so far it's been that.
If you need a new read, gifts or snacks galore, you're in the right place.
Brown Books and More.
If you're tired of big box chain and personal stores, you're in the right place.
Brown Books and More.
We have relationship forums, we have open mic nights, we have paint parties, we actually have a parent-child forum coming up where the younger adults can kind of express, their feelings of, however they were raised.
When the winter's edge is gone and I can see the color green, I can hear the sower's song, abide in me. Let these branches bear you fruit, abide in me.
So it's just an overall space where if you have something to offer the community, the bookstore is going to be the place where you can set it up.
And help from the community is always appreciated.
Make sure you support women. We're very bright creatures. Donations are a big help to me because books are expensive. And if somebody wants to, if they bought a book for $30 and donate it to the bookstore and I can sell it for $6, that's a big difference in somebody's lives.
Now, the Valley's top teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
5th grade, the last level of elementary school and the leap before middle. People say one teacher makes her 5th grade students feel confident to succeed. Meet our Valley's top teacher, Jennifer Ivey from Mountain Gap Elementary School. It's almost a decade.
This is my 9th year at Mountain Gap.
Of doing what Jennifer Ivey loves.
I'm lucky to say all 9 of those have been in 5th grade. I love 5th grade. They keep me on my toes, but I don't think I'd change it for anything.
For Ivey, Huntsville is home.
I'm a product of Huntsville City Schools, and I was fortunate to have some incredible teachers that poured into my life, and I still keep in touch with several of them today, and they just work as a source of encouragement.
Ivey's love for teaching not limited to her classroom. This time, she's spent the day spreading the joy of learning in someone else's.
So we read a book about a little boy that had moved to New Mexico, and he wasn't excited, but we kind of were able to see the beauty that was really there, and we were making our own versions of the Grand Canyon with the 1st grade class.
It was her 5th graders that paired up with the younger group.
So I think sometimes reading can really be focused on in the younger grades, but I love to just kind of instill a desire and a love for reading when it comes to older students.
Principal Amber Thompson believes Ivey offers more than a love for learning.
She loves her students. She has high expectations for them. She supports them socially, emotionally, academically.
Ivey's hope is to be a positive influence on her students.
I love to just kind of mold kids, work with kids, and allow them to really choose their own path regardless of what cards they were dealt.
Redstone Arsenal hosted its first session of the Female Mentoring and Morale Program, being one of 25 FMMP chapters established throughout the Army. Our Sedona Meadows is live in the studio. Sedona, you were actually at this session, and what have you learned from this?
Yeah, Kanisha, I was able to speak with the founder of FMMP, who says this professional development program is all about bringing both men and women together to provide a safe and judgment-free platform to address challenges and issues military and civilian women face.
Team Redstone is going to be the largest chapter of the FMMP because of the different organizations that are here.
Colonel Clydea Pritchard Brown is the XO to the Deputy Commanding General for Army Materiel Command and the founder of the Female Mentoring and Morale Program that started 3 years ago during Women's History Month.
We started as a small chapter where initially it was 13 women that came to me asking for mentorship, asking for guidance. Next month, we asked those same people to come back, and they brought 45 people. And then the month later, they said, can we come back, ma'am? Absolutely. The next month, it was 79 people. So we knew there was something there.
Something was there for sure. It turned into a full program where both men and women can come together to discuss issues and challenges that women may be facing in the workforce or the military.
Diversity, equitable inclusion in programs, opportunities, job opportunities, and something simple as how they're treated in the workforce, how they're treated by their male and female counterparts. But we want to ensure that they have an equal opportunity to be able to voice their opinions and express any issues that they've had.
Right now, the program's executive board is made up of 8 individuals that grew FMMP into 25 chapters established throughout the Army.
We wanted to provide a platform where they felt not judged, they were able and free to talk about these issues, and not only that, we would address them. We would immediately get involved with whatever issues they were experiencing. And so that was the concern. And so making sure that they understand here at Team Redstone, not just military, but civilian as well.
Now that the program is being established at Team Redstone, they'll be putting together a board of members and producing committees to tackle and provide answers for the issues brought to them. Colonel Pritchard Brown hopes FMMP will be accepted as an Army program or policy so that the Army can take it on. And she wants to instill a message of support for young women getting into this industry.
My advice to the young females coming into this industry is be brave. Ask for help. If you can't ask your boss, your supervisor, find someone you can feel comfortable talking to and let them help you champion your cause.
The Female Mentoring and Morale Program will meet regularly where members can ask questions and get support as they navigate their positions both on the military and civilian level.
We know hunger never stops, and according to the Food Bank of North Alabama, parents of nearly 60,000 children in North Alabama say their children sometimes have to skip meals, or even worse, don't eat for a whole day because there is not enough money to buy food. But Crestwood Medical Center is helping to change that. Our Jasmine Bird shows us how.
The trailer that just left is the Food Bank of North Alabama, and it picked up over 2,000 jars of peanut butter, which was donated by Crestwood Medical Center employees.
Crestwood Medical Center Human Resource Director Michael Pocciari says Crestwood found their recent Jars of Love peanut butter drive as a great opportunity to provide for some of the needs in the Huntsville area.
We initially set out a goal of 1,000 jars, and we quickly surpassed that probably within the first week, and ultimately gathered up 2,641 jars of peanut butter to help out our community.
Food Bank of North Alabama CEO Shirley Schofield says this is a good day for everyone.
Because we have, not only are we getting some great food, some great protein for the people that we serve, but it also shows that the community cares and is helping us.
And since Crestwood has donated over 2,000 jars of peanut butter, how many families will these jars benefit?
There's over 2,000 jars of peanut butter, so that's going to be over 2,000 families that'll be able to be served by this.
Schofield says even after COVID, they're still seeing people who are struggling with having enough hours at work and struggling with the increase in the cost of groceries. And these are some of the food bank's most requested items as they prepare for summer.
Generally, we're going to be getting ready to head into the summer months, so anything that is very appropriate for children that they like, is always very helpful. So peanut butter, mac and cheese cereal, those are some of the most requested items that we have from our community that we serve.
Monster Jam is here at the BBC this weekend, and I'm sure you're wondering what all goes on at one of these shows. Our Ken McCoy was at the BBC earlier and shows us just that.
So guys, Monster Jam is back here in Huntsville, and of course you're going to see a lot of big trucks, but I guarantee you Monster Jam is way more than that.
It's the biggest action-packed nonstop 2 hours that you'll see in person when it comes to motorsports. You cannot get any better than Monster Jam.
Monster Jam, the most action-packed and full-throttle family fun motorsport in the world, comes to the VBC this weekend. and there's a lot to see.
There's 4 competitions with our monster trucks, so they're going to see different types of tricks that our drivers can do, and we also bring in the high-flying throws of freestyle motocross. The guys that you've seen on the X Games, the Dude Tour, they're here as well this weekend.
For those who are sensitive to noise, there is one recommendation.
If you have kids with sensitive ears, I recommend getting some earplugs or our earmuffs here at the show, because it can be very loud in here.
But it's non-stop fun for the whole family.
I'm with all the fans every single time, just hanging out, having a great time. I feel like I conduct the world's largest orchestra every single time we come out and hang out here. I would say is come on out to the pit party. That we have 2 of them this weekend. That's where you actually get to come on this floor and you get to see the trucks up close and personal and take pictures and meet the drivers.
And there's one part you don't want to miss.
My favorite part of the show is introductions, because that's where the trucks all come out at one time and you see all 8 trucks at the same exact time on the floor.
For more on this story, head over to our website at FOX54.com. Here in Huntsville, Ken McCoy, Fox 54 News.
And we have Ken joining me at the desk, and we are just a few weeks away from the Trash Panda season home opener. I know you're excited, Ken.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, nothing beats game day and going to the concession stand and grabbing your favorite snacks. And Ken, I know you tried some goodies.
I did, and I had a lot of cars, but we're not here to talk about that. It was my first time at Toyota Field, and Kanisha, I can say I'm quite impressed.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, beats game day food.
We have quite a bit of new things that we're going to be offering this year around the ballpark.
But a great variety, and getting it quickly can make the experience even better.
One of the things that we are bringing to the ballpark right now is we're focused on speed, quality, and a variety that can service everyone.
The Trash Panda season begins in a little over 2 weeks, and today they showcase some new options plus some fan favorites.
We're still in Alabama and we're still the South, right? So some of the things that you're going to see us still play with like we did last year is going to be Conecuh sausage. We're still going to play around with different burgers and things like that with Conecuh sausage. We have brisket. Brisket in the South is just one of those things that everybody likes with barbecue. We also did a fun play on pulled pork. We also did a great dish that we call the Rocket City hot chicken. So it's kind of like French fries, macaroni and cheese, and then it has hot chicken on top of it.
And you might want something to wash that down with.
We also added a wine bar and fresh lemonade to the season this year. One of the biggest features that we're adding this year, cocktails on tap. Just like it sounds, we have mixed drinks. Some of our best mixed drinks that we served over last year, we're actually going to have them on tap.
And of course, there's dessert.
The cheesecake poutine is actually fried funnel cake fries. So we decided to take it up a notch, and we put a strawberry coulis on top of the fries, and then we also did some whipped cream. We also did cheesecake bites.
Of course, I had to try everything, and I think I found my favorite.
Quite an array, Ken.
Yep.
What was your favorite dish?
Kanisha, I'm embarrassed to say this, but it was actually the fries. I love a good fry, especially with some ranch on the side. You can't go wrong.
I know, I love fries too.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some hot sauce.
It's been more than 3 years since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, a time that limited travel both nationally and internationally. But as many restrictions have relaxed over that time, one local travel agency is seeing more people ready to book vacations.
The last few weeks I have been super busy getting people ready to go on spring break. Travel right now has really rebounded from the COVID closures, and that people are just wanting to get to go someplace. They haven't gone anywhere in the last couple of years, and so maybe they are expanding their budget a little bit from their ordinary travel.
Dana Henry with cruise planners Scott and Dana Henry in downtown Athens says she's been seeing an uptick in people ready to travel, especially with their family.
Multi-generational trips are huge right now.
And many have already booked future trips during January and February of this year, as these months are
known in the travel industry as wave season. It's cold, people are thinking about nice lapping waves on the beach. And it's really actually the time when a lot of vendors are doing their better sales.
According to the latest travel data from the U.S. Travel Association, travel spending continues to steadily increase and was 4% above 2019 levels in January. And as of mid-January, 52% of Americans are planning to travel for leisure in the next 6 months.
Last-minute deals are really not a thing right now. Most places are booking out well in advance. So in March of 2023, look ahead to where I want to go late summer, where do I want to go this fall. And actually, I've already been booking a lot for 2024.
And if you're looking for help to book your trips, Henry says you may want to consider working with a travel advisor.
My role is to help you find the best fit for what you think your vacation might like to be, whether it's Disney or an all-inclusive resort or a cruise. Help you find best how to get there, what to do when you're there, and just kind of help you navigate the system of how best to book, when to book.
She says they don't charge fees.
So you're paying commission no matter how you book. When I book, I get paid by the vendor, so I'm gonna make sure that your trip is what you wanted.
And when you're about to leave for your trip,
we make a nice little travel packet for our people with their confirmations, their tickets to things, where to go, what to do, what to bring, what to expect. So when they're going someplace new, we kind of try to help alleviate their fears of what they're going to need to do.
And the Abby goes to Mo Carter and Nixon Norman. Last night, Fox 54 was fantastically represented at the 17th annual Alabama's Best in Broadcasting, or Abby Awards. Our Mo Carter was honored with the Judges Award of Merit for Television Sports Personality, and our Nixon Norman was honored with the Judges Award of Merit for her TV franchise, Neighborhood Hero, The Birthday Fairy. Congratulations to you both. We are all super proud.
Well, Nixon said she was going to go all out in a ball gown of some sort, so I'm glad to see she did.
She did. Mo, congratulations. This is so exciting. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I mean, each and every day, people like y'all see the hard work that I put on display or what. I'm just glad that the Academy and the other judges were able to kind of see that as well. And now it's just all about just telling the stories within the community. Best thing of the night, though, meeting Nixon's grandfather.
Oh wow.
Yes, Nixon's grandfather, he is a huge fan of Fox 54.
Is he just like Nixon?
Personality-wise, yes. Huge fan, 85 years old, and he watches Fox 54 via Fox 54.
And congrats once again to Mo and Nixon. We are so proud of the work you're doing to inform the Tennessee Valley. That's it for this edition of the Week in Review. I'm Kenesha Dees. Remember to check out fox54.com and download our mobile app for more of our stories. Be like Nixon's granddad and catch our newscasts right here on Fox 54 Plus. From everyone here at Fox 54 News, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.